Hey everybody, so today I want to share with you guys some information on the canine, feline, and all other wildlife sanctuary, and also on some ideas to make our own animal food, or feed, whatever you want to call it. With hemp, hemp is great for animals too, so I'd love to incorporate hemp and other fruits and vegetables and meat. Since I don't really know, what is the ideal diet for any type of an animal really, I thought I'd check out some of the leading brands, and Farmer's Dog is a brand I've heard about a few times, and it seems to come up as the #1 search. So, and I actually called them one time and like went through their whole little procedure. And the one thing I didn't like about them is I typed in like, what are the specific ingredients for this product? And they didn't give me the specific ingredients. They gave me this, which they go into like, yeah, they use meat and vegetables, this and that, but I was looking for the exact vegetables, the exact ingredients. So I was a little disappointed that they didn't share that. Again, when you don't see immediate transparency, that to me is a red flag. But since this does seem to be the leading brand, that's the good brand, I wanted to look into it and see what we can do to perhaps make it a little bit better and maybe a little bit more affordable for the people. So here we go. When it comes to pet food, it's what's inside that counts. When you get past the colorful label, the improved graphic, the food photography, and the buzzwords, what is actually in the food in the package? In your dog's food, as in your own, ingredients matter. They're the building blocks of a daily diet. Each recipe from the Farmer's Dog is made from fresh, whole, human-grade food that meets FDA and USDA standards of edible or safe enough for a human to eat. See, like those standards right there, like that needs to get changed, bro. Like instead of it being safe enough for a human to eat, why not make it healthy enough? Like it's actually going to help produce health, because there is food that can actually make you sick, as we just learned about with the mushrooms. And there's other things too that processed food will make cancer. I mean, it's not going to make you healthy if you continue to eat processed food. So standards like that, like we would have to reevaluate the whole way the FDA, the USDA does everything, which is going to take a lot of money, because there was a lot of money that got in there to change it to the way it is today, which is also why I think it's futile to try to change this shit. Anywho, let's just continue on. Our recipes are carefully formulated by veterinary nutritionists to provide the right amount and balance of protein, fat, fiber, and vitamins and minerals to sustain your dog's health and vitality over their whole life, Because our ingredients include real whole meat and vegetables, and the ingredients are lightly cooked, the food is highly digestible, meaning your dog's body can absorb and use the nutrients each ingredient provides. Here's a closer look at the Farmer's Dog food ingredients. Meat, whole muscle and organ meat make up at least 50% of all of our recipes. Real meat is the cornerstone of a healthy diet for dogs. It's full of the vital amino acids that sustain nearly every part of a dog's body. Whole, gently cooked meat is proven to be more digestible than the highly processed meal powders and starchy fillers often used in kibble. That means your dog's body is actually absorbing and using the food's powerful nutrients. Now, I do like that they're talking about how eating kibble is not good for you, because it's really not. And there's a lot of information out there that's saying it's okay to feed your dogs kibble, when, I mean, how can that be true when you have 1 in 2 dogs dying of cancer every single year? So just stuff to think of. I skipped ahead a little bit. Hold on. All right, so that means your dog's body's okay. Yeah, our recipe includes meats like whole beef, turkey, pork, and chicken, beef, and chicken liver. I'm thinking chickens or something is an animal I'm seriously considering having on the project, but I'm really not in to killing animals, man, or even being a part of that. But it does animals, dogs and cats do, they're technically classified as carnivores, but I think they're omnivores because they can't eat everything. We feed them all sorts of stuff, but I do feel like they need more meat just naturally as who they are than humans do. That's just my personal opinion. But let's move on. Vegetables. Vegetables may not be the first thing you think of when you think dog food, but green and orange vegetables provide important health benefits for dogs. They can provide your dog with an array of key vitamins and minerals, including phytonutrients, which are natural compounds found in plants that have disease-fighting potential. That's cool. Research has shown that dogs who ate yellow, orange, and green vegetables at least 3 times a week had a significantly reduced risk of developing cancer. Veggies are also full of healthy fiber and are a great source of hydration because of their high water content. Yeah, and if they're giving them good water, then they're also absorbing good water through the good food. A lot of times these bad products, they're full of also bad water. Our recipes include fresh vegetables like carrots, green beans, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. So, I guess in a way they are telling me their ingredients here. I just needed to read through the whole list, or the whole page. Fiber-rich foods. Fresh how do you pronounce that? Legumes? I know it's for beans, but Sorry if I mispronounced that. Like chickpeas and vegetables like sweet potatoes provide vitamins and minerals as well as additional fiber. A key component of a dog's diet, it helps to maintain digestive health and a healthy gut, helps to regulate blood sugar levels, and leaves your dog feeling full for longer. Our recipe includes fiber-rich foods like chickpeas, sweet potatoes, lentils. Supplemental nutrients. To ensure our fresh recipes are nutritionally complete and balanced, we add human-grade supplemental nutrients like fish oil. It's filled with immunity-boosting omega-3s and really tasty to dogs. So you see how they mention the omega-3s? Hemp has the ideal omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acid for human beings. I'm not sure what the exact optimal rate is for animals or for dogs, but I do know hemp is very beneficial for dogs. So it's something that we could introduce that could be very beneficial. The other important ingredient, lower heat cooking. That's a little package. Okay. Human-grade meat and vegetables provide the healthiest foundation possible for dog recipes, but the ingredients themselves are only part of the story. The way those foods are cooked and handled can be considered another key ingredient in making a recipe healthy or unhealthy, but you won't find this ingredient on any pet food label. Ultra-processed dog foods like kibble typically start out with subpar ingredients, Most kibble only qualifies as animal feed, so it contains leftovers from the process of making human food. Ugh. And due to regulatory loopholes, other stuff can end up in there as well. That's disgusting, including but not limited to expired packs of meat. Wow, this is the stuff that we allow. Restaurant grease, roadkill, and so-called 4D meats. 4D meats? I've never even heard of that. Diseased, disabled, dying, and dead animals. So we're actually feeding diseased, disabled, dying, and dead animals to animals. It's ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous. Let's just move on. Many of these scraps are turned into powder. Oh my goodness. The meals you see on pet food labels via a process called rendering, and they give it some name like rendering. It doesn't sound that bad, but it's actually completely horrible. But even if these dry foods advertise high quality or even human grade, again, that human grade terminology, ingredients on their label, specificity. We got to get specific. Devil is in the details. The food in the bag is still subject to multiple rounds of high pressure, high heat processing that destroys much of the nutritional value the ingredients may have had. So then they're not even getting very much nutrients. Oh, it's ridiculous. Palatants and vitamins are sprayed on after the kibble bits have been processed. Oh, great. So more good, not good news. Further, most kibble is made in factories that aren't subject to the same safety and quality standards that apply to human-grade food. That's great. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So again, if any given ingredient is human grade, the recipe can't qualify as human grade if it wasn't made in a pet food facility to the standards of the animal feed. Yeah, and right there, they're absolutely right. Even in their own lingo, they don't follow their exact rules. The farmer's dog food is gently cooked at a relatively low heat, a temperature high enough to kill pathogens, but low enough to preserve the nutritional integrity of those good ingredients. That's good to hear. And recipes are cooked in a human food facility governed by human food standards. So any ingredient list should be viewed in the context of how and where the food was made. I agree. Pet food ingredients and marketing. The quality of our ingredients is core to our product. We use human-grade meat and vegetables, and we couldn't be prouder of the level of care that goes into every component of our recipe. But you won't find us splashing ingredient names on our packaging or in our ads. You also won't see us leading with words like superfoods or natural, even though our recipes are chock full of foods that qualify as super, and our food is a more natural option than anything sitting in a bag on a store shelf. See, right there, their wording, when they're calling it more natural, and they're saying that our words like superfoods are natural, even though our recipes are chock full of foods that are as super, again, they're not being specific, so they're leaving room. I'm just saying that I'm feeling up a little bit of profitness and a little bit of greed, and not a full attention to doing things the absolute most healthy and right way possible. And a lot of that has to do with because people want to make money. I'm just being real. But this company does seem to be the best company that I've found, so my hat does go off to them and their good progress. Slapping the latest ingredient or nutritional buzzword on a label is telltale sign of a pet food industry marketing gimmick. Yes and no. If you're really telling people all you have in there is hemp, and that's all you really have in there is organic hemp, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's when they use other words that people don't understand, and it looks like one thing when it's something else. That's the issue. But I like to see the ingredients. I like to know what I'm buying. The reality is, standard dry pet food has hardly changed since the invention of extrusion in the 1950s. But pet food marketing changes all the time to reflect trends in human food culture. Think paleo diets when you see ancestral on a pet food bag. Yeah, they use little words like that to hook people in. Broccoli is great for dogs, so are Brussels sprouts and liver and fish oil, but no one ingredient should be the big selling point of a diet. Well, I mean, if you have something like hemp, why not? But, you know, that's just their opinion. Our recipes are formulated so that all ingredients work together to provide exactly what dogs need based on veterinary nutrition science. And again, this is a brand that's specifically geared towards dogs, whereas, you know, the Wildlife Sanctuaries is for all of wildlife that needs help. So it's a little different. But yeah, I just want to share with you guys some info on what seems to be the leading company for organic, good dog food. So, all right, I love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.